Hello, this is the Philanthropic Project. My name is Jennifer McGowan. This is for SPCE 683, Section 810. I apologize for this being late. I have been dealing with strep throat. I lost my voice, and then my son also had it, so it's been a little chaotic around here. But thank you for allowing me to submit it. So, in general, my topic is increasing access to behavioral health services for kids in foster care. So, within my community, I am a previous special ed teacher who worked with students with behavioral um, disorders, and then I am currently a case manager servicing individuals who receive Medicaid assistance. So, I am very aware of um, foster care students as I worked with them, and I currently do, and how frequently children in foster care can face elevated risks for behavioral, emotional, and developmental trauma and challenges. So, these risks can occur from frequent placement changes, um, either placements between families, different foster care families, or frequent placements within the foster care system, and then also going back out of the foster care system. It can be very chaotic. This includes inconsistent access to supportive services as well. So, with these frequent changes, many times there is inconsistent access to receive help. So, I would like to propose a topic of increasing opportunities for foster care children to receive ABA interventions and ABA services. So, I will tell you more about it. This includes my community needs assessment. So, overall, like I said, I do have experience working with foster youth in my community. Um, and I do see and observe every day how these foster care children are put at a disadvantage. So, overall, I can review data from local CASA, excuse me, CASA, which is our court appointed special advocates. This is a program in Elkhart County which help individuals in foster care have an advocate within the court system. I also have access to CAPS, which is Child Advocacy and Protective Services within the area. They do report public data. And then there are also opportunities within the public school system to get an idea of behavioral challenges, service utilization, and needs among those who are in the foster care community. This includes conducting structured interviews with foster care agencies and parents to gather information about barriers that they may have. We could also partner with foster care companies and placement agencies and analyze their patterns in service continuity and understand where behavioral support gaps occur. There is also regional behavioral health data that include Medicaid participation, which would be interesting. And then using these things to figure out the overall picture for individuals in the foster system who need some ABA service. This is a sample survey that I would provide for foster agencies. I'm not going to read through it, but it does go into more detail of how many children do you serve. There are various sizes of agencies within our area, and then getting into more what barriers they may be facing and any interest in other services. So, like I said, there are lots of gaps in the foster care system. I see these every day. And these are really the top three that I've identified as having seen some barriers. So, limited provider access. So, there are a lot of ABA agencies within our area. However, not all of them accept Medicaid, which can be very problematic for individuals who need therapy, but they can't afford a private pay. There is a lack of caregiver training within the foster parent overall training. They don't necessarily touch on, behavioral management strategies or working with kids with trauma. Different agencies can have different levels of training. And then there is a lot of problems with disruption of care. So like I said, frequent changes can lead to inconsistent care. I did talk about data, and I did pull some overall data from the Medicaid service website. There are a lot of individuals enrolled in Medicaid and a lot of individuals in foster care enrolled in Medicaid. Um, and this can cause long wait times for some ABA agencies in the area. Overall, this is my program outline, titled Behavioral Access and Support for Foster Youth. Like I said, I would love to improve access and continuity of care for ABA therapy for children in foster care. I did put the age group between 3 to 17, however, ages can go younger. The goals would be to expand access to ABA and behavioral supports, provide continuity across placements, continuity with the same provider, and then train caregivers and staff with simple behavioral strategies. Interested parties could include the local chapter of the Department of Child Services. There are various Medicaid managed ABA agencies within the area, local school districts, and foster parent agencies. So these goes through how and the roles of these different interested parties. So DCS, so they identify children who need foster placements. They know overall the data of kids in foster care and um, overall how things are going. So that's is a high level influence. They can help with referrals, data sharing, collaboration. There are some ABA services in our area that accept Medicaid. Like I said, they could assist in providing services to behavioral or services to foster kids and just overall providing more information about those services. There are we do have a lot of schools within our district, and they can help identify students who do need some extra support. Then the foster parent associations and companies within the area. So this is a big one. They represent the families, they advocate for services, they provide foster parents. This is where we would really hone in on providing caregiver training and getting information. There are some kind of interesting potential funding options. So there are grants, and I got this through the United Healthcare Children's Foundation. They provide up to $5,000 per family for children's ages 3 to 6 for ABA therapy. And then I am personally familiar with a potential funding option titled Community Foundation of Elkhart County. So this foundation offers different grants that could support different types of nonprofits. One of the nonprofit areas includes a kids and family centered nonprofit. So this would be what this potential nonprofit could be under, and how it could secure a grant. But they do offer other grants as well. Some are for career pathways, and then some are for placemaking, which is more of a community, providing the overall community with resources. There are an opportunity to have funds through sponsorships, corporate sponsorships. There are a variety of different small businesses in the area who could help sponsor ABA within the foster youth initiative. Also, there are various contributions that could be accepted that could include a therapy space like a church or a school. There are a lot of different universities in my area. They can provide interns, volunteers. Also, donated materials are also, always nice to have. This is the application process for the Community Foundation. It's relatively straightforward, so I'm not going to go through everything. It is accepting year round, and they have a grants for over 25,000 and under 25. Sustainability would be a long-term plan. So things like long-term partnerships with local schools, local foster care agencies would really help build this out. Also having diversified funding, so a various mix of different funding options. Community engagement is really big with foster care. There are a lot of different agencies that we could partner with to broaden the community engagement. This is the project timeline. I won't go through it all. This is a big project, and it would take time, um, and lots of steps to reach an overall goal. These are my references. Thank you so much.